What's happening, Marvel fans? I am D-WIZZLE here with some movie news. Some big, big movie news. Oh my gosh. We have a lot to discuss, so let's not waste any more time. So, first of all, they officially announced at Comic Con that the Russo brothers are coming back to direct Avengers 5 and 6. Yep, the you could probably consider them the architects of the MCU because they have done the most films out of all the other directors in the MCU. They directed Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Captain America: Civil War, Avengers: Infinity War, Avengers: Endgame. Yeah, they ran the gauntlet as far as that. So they decided to bring him back to um, do more Avengers films, and um, I'm happy about it. I am. I definitely think that this is the safe choice. Um, I, if you ask me personally, I probably would have wanted a new director to have a fresh take on the Avengers. But given the state of the MCU right now, I think it's probably a good idea that they went back to the familiar with the Russos, especially because they have had the most success when it comes to Marvel. Not only that were their films some of the highest grossing box office wise, but all of their films have been critically well received. So I think that they're probably the best options. Like, would I have liked Sean Levy to do an Avengers film? Yes. Would I have been open to seeing Ryan Coogler doing an Avengers film? Sure. Would I want to see Sam Raimi doing an Avengers film? Absolutely, if he was going to do Secret Wars. Or, dang, I forgot the director of Shang-Chi. I feel so bad. But, like, he was probably my number one choice because he was going to direct Avengers 5, but he decided to turn it down because he wanted to make sure to get Shang-Chi 2 out there, and he's also directing the live action Naruto film. So, I'm fine with that because I love Shang-Chi, so of course I want them to make sure that they make a second one, but like he would have been my number one choice. But Russo brothers, sure, glad to have them back. Hopefully they'll be able to, steer the ship of the MCU back in the right direction. So yeah, but I know that's not the news you guys were mainly wanting me to talk about. So let's get into this stuff. So originally, Avengers 5 was going to be the Kang Dynasty. That was what was going to be called. But there has been some controversy going on with Jonathan Majors, who was playing Kang the Conqueror in the MCU. Like most of you guys probably already know about the controversy with Jonathan Majors. I'm not going to regurgitate it here. And not only that, the character of Kang has not been received very well in the MCU. He made some appearances in Loki, and he was but it wasn't even fully like Kang. It was like different variants of Kang, like He Who Remains, and I forgot like the retro scientist whatever that spoke very weird. I forgot his name, but it wasn't officially Kang. It was just different variants. We didn't actually see an official like variant of Kang the Conqueror until Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. That was the first official appearance of Kang, and while I did think Jonathan Majors did a really good job in that movie, he was completely misplaced in that film, and he looked like a joke because he got beat by Ant-Man and a swarm of ants in those films. So making him the big threat of the MCU Thanos level, it kind of failed on that aspect for the majority of the movie-going audience and the comic book fans. So with both of those things looming overhead with the character, they decided to just write him off. Pretty much found a failsafe to use in Loki season 2, and pretty much find a way to write off this character. Now he possibly still could appear in Avengers 5, but he's not going to have a bigger role as he was originally. Like, I don't even think he's going to be the main focus if he is going to be in Avengers 5. They're going to steer in a different direction. Now, we officially got that new direction. They are pivoting into a completely different direction. This Avengers 5 is no longer going to be called the Kang Dynasty. It is going to be called Avengers Doomsday. So all the speculation that they could possibly pivot to Doctor Doom being the main threat of Avengers 5, I was having my doubts about that. I'm going to be honest. Like, I didn't think they were going to instantly pivot to Doctor Doom so quickly. Like, I know we're about to get the Fantastic Four, but it's like Doctor Doom is a character that you really need to be building up through, more than just one or two movies, So, I want to see Doctor Doom in the MCU, obviously, but I did think they needed more time for that. But they're deciding to do it now, which I'm like, okay, wow. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Like, hopefully it'll work for them. Like with them, like establishing Victor Von Doom in the MCU, like it's gonna be a daunting task, but I'm hoping for the best. But the crazy news didn't end there. So the Russo brothers brought out the actor who is going to be playing Victor Von Doom in Avengers 5, and lo and behold, it's Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. is returning to the MCU to play Victor Von Doom. He is our Doctor Doom. I don't even know what to say about that. I really don't. It's when I first saw that, my mind was blown. Because like I heard rumors going around that they did want to bring Robert Downey Jr. back, and like a lot of us were thinking it was probably going to be like an Iron Man variant because we are in the multiverse saga, so they could find ways to bring him back that way, maybe in Secret Wars or something like that. But no, they're having Robert Downey Jr. playing what I believe will be a certain variant of Doctor Doom. Because that's the thing here. Because like they went out of their way to get Robert Downey Jr. Like they could have easily just made him another Iron Man variant, but I don't think they did that because like they want Robert Downey Jr. to be the primary Doctor Doom for the Fantastic Four in the MCU. Like I really feel like there's a story purpose to why they brought Downey back. I think they knew how shocking this reveal would be. So my speculation is that Robert Downey Jr. is playing a certain variant of Doctor Doom. That's not like the primary Von Doom that we know from the comics, but I think is a possible variant of Tony Stark. I don't know. I mean, I know that the Russo brothers officially called him Victor Von Doom. I know that they said that, but like I have a feeling it's going to go a completely different direction. Like I feel like this could be an alternate reality where they could play the scenario of what if Tony Stark became rogue? What if Tony Stark became evil? And in the comics, there actually is a storyline where Iron Man does become a version of Doctor Doom, I believe. I forgot. There was like an actual name for it. Like it was like something Iron Man, something like that. So like there is a similar story to that in the comics. It may take inspiration from that. And as far as that storyline, I think that would be very fascinating to explore, because if you really think about it, Tony Stark, he has the potential to be one of the most dangerous people on the planet with how intelligent he is and with the technology that he's able to create. That would be an interesting story to explore in the multiverse of if he does become a certain version of Doctor Doom when his power is not left unchecked. So, I mean, and also if you think about it, Tony Stark inadvertently created most of the threats in the MCU up until this point. So just imagine what this version of Tony Stark / Doctor Doom is able to do. with the mind that he has, with the technology that he has, he could be a substantial threat. So I think that would be fascinating to explore. And also, like another reason why I'm not as upset about it as other people are is because also let's keep in mind that the Fantastic Four is also set in a different multiverse. So they're fully embracing the multiverse in these films, like they're letting the possibilities be endless, and I think it could be much more creative because of that. So they're not shackled to one linear storyline, one linear continuity, you know. So there's a lot of cool things that they could do with this. And who's to say we probably will get a proper Victor Von Doom who's a different actor later down the line. But I also think that this will help them because since we have Robert Downey Jr. coming back, we don't have to. They didn't have to spend as much time building up Doctor Doom as a major threat in the MCU because you already have the emotional investment from Tony Stark in the previous films. So that way they're able to, establish him as Doom better, or quicker at least, And once again, this is the multiverse, so it's like, they can get away with certain things. I am worried, just as other people, that like they're taking advantage of the multiverse stuff and they're just doing whatever they want. It could be a mess. It could be, absolutely. Like I'm not putting that past them because Phase 4 and Phase 5 have not been great so far. So this could be a mess, absolutely. This probably could be a desperate move for them, absolutely. But I don't know. It's just I'm so intrigued. I'm very intrigued with how they're going to do this. So, I'm open to seeing how it's gonna go down. So, yeah, Avengers Doomsday is going to be released May of 2026, and then Avengers Secret Wars is going to be released May 2027. So they're going to be a year apart from each other. It's a similar vibe with Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. So it's the Russo brothers. I'm not expecting anything less from that. They slightly changed the logo of Secret Wars, so it has the orange-red color font, whatever, which is closer to how the color is in the comics, with as far as the logo. So that's cool. So yeah, man, I'm very intrigued with how they're going to handle this. Hopefully everything goes well by the time that happens. And the Fantastic Four are officially going to be in Doomsday and Secret Wars as well. So we definitely will see them again, and I'm excited to see how they're going to interact with Doom. If they do, I'm most likely they are. It's the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom, so I'm sure they're going to have screen time together. So I'm interested to see how that is going to play out as well. But yeah, it's a lot of craziness, man. But those are my thoughts on the release dates of Avengers 5 and 6. The new title for Avengers 5 is Doomsday. Robert Downey Jr. is our Doctor Doom. The Russo brothers are coming back to direct them. What do you think about this news? Do you think it's a good idea for them to bring back Robert Downey Jr. to play Doctor Doom, or would you have preferred them to get a new actor to play a proper Victor Von Doom? Do you think they will play into the fact of a rogue Tony Stark in a different multiverse? Do you think that will help them as far as like introducing Doom quicker into the MCU? Do you think it will play out okay when it gets to Secret Wars? Yeah, what do you think about this news? Are you excited that the Russo brothers are coming back to direct these? Let me know your thoughts down below.